Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to day four. I forgot that. Day four of the Euros. Today's games that went on were Romania and Ukraine, Belgium and Slovakia, and Austria and France. We will start out with Romania and Ukraine. Romania, the team that I've pulled out for my sweepstakes. So 3-0 win was a very, very happy moment for me. The start of the game, Ukraine dominated, I would say. They were the ones attacking. Romania were looking a bit on the back foot. Wasn't really sure whether Romania really had it to hold out much longer, but they were just superb. I mean, Stanciu got his goal. It was just cut back to him, and he just curled it in the top left hand corner, and it was an absolutely amazing goal. And then we fast forward, second half, Romania just come out again, all guns blazing, and went straight at the Ukraine, and Ukraine couldn't cope. They didn't really create much either. They were a bit lacklustre, to be fair, considering you look at their team on paper and they've got some great players, but they just couldn't keep up. And then Marin got the second Romania goal, and then Dragus finished them off. Honestly, I thought it was going to be more than three. I mean, it was quick fire double, really, 4 minutes apart. Romania just outclassed them. Ukraine were just, their best players just weren't at the races. It was unfortunate for Ukraine because, as I said, you look at their team on paper and you think that it's a world class team. But yeah, Romania just dominated, and it was a really fun match for the neutrals as well. But yeah, Romania 3, Ukraine 0. Awesome times. And then we go over to Slovakia versus Belgium. Obviously, again, Belgium's team on paper is superb, but Slovakia got a really early goal from Schrantz. The ball came in, it just bobbled around. I think it was headed back towards him. All the Belgian players were arms up saying he was offside, but he was just onside. He was just enough onside. Took a shot, keeper saved it, and then he just hit it again and slotted it in the bottom right hand corner. And from then on, Slovakia were just in, defence mode. They were superb defensively. People were moaning saying that they what's his name? That they were going down a bit too easy and taking their time on the floor and stuff. But I'd like to think that they weren't. I mean, there were a few times that it was like, oh, I've gone down and got cramped towards the end of the game type thing. But Belgium just weren't at the races. Belgium just were not very good. They got a goal back through Lukaku. Ball comes over, player heads it down into Lukaku's path and he taps it in, wheeling away celebrating, and then it's pulled back for VAR. And like Benteke is the complete wrong person. I was thinking of Belgium, and it just I got mixed up for a second. Lukaku, it was literally like about here, from here onwards, because it's any part of your body that you can score with that classes you was offside, and his other foot was offside, and it was just about, and then Belgium just kept coming and knocking on the door, and Slovakia were just keeping them out. But to be fair to Slovakia, they did have a go back. They were creating chances that just weren't good enough to finish them. And then there's another moment, long ball over, Belgian winger takes it, cuts it back across to Lukaku, and he just fires it in. Lukaku wheels away, they're all celebrating, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, VAR are looking into it, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a bit weird. And they're looking for a handball in the build-up, because there's no handball in the goal whatsoever. Basically, the ball comes over. Sorry, someone knocked my door and it looked like they were trying to sell something, so I just had to be quiet for a bit. But yeah, Lukaku wheels away, thinks he scored, and they pull it back for a handball in the build-up. Like, okay. And when the ball comes over, what happens is, I can't remember the winger's name, he's tussling with the defender, they're pushing each other, but his arm comes up like that, and his arm comes up and it taps the ball slightly more into his path than the defender, so he can then run onto it. And apparently the letter of the law means that is a handball. I'd be a bit peeved if that was against my team, and it might seem a bit harsh, but at the end of the day, Belgium just didn't create the chances they should have, and they didn't score them. Slovakia hold on and got a 1-0 win, and apparently it's the biggest upset in the Euros, like rankings wise, because for some reason Belgium are like the second best team in Europe, which I can't understand, because they haven't exactly won anything or done anything to. It's not like they've been going out there and beating all these top teams and that, but apparently they are the second best team in Europe. Who'd have thought, eh? But yeah, great win for Slovakia, fully deserved. Like as I said, they were on the back foot, but they did attack as well and try and create chances, so you can't really begrudge them a victory there. And then we move over and we have Austria and France. Now, in my opinion, I think France were lucky. They were. I don't think they were at the races. I don't think they played very well. I thought they were quite average. To be fair, they didn't look like world champions, and they barely beat Austria from an own goal. They're supposed to be like the best team in Europe and one of the best in the world. It just doesn't make sense to me. I honestly don't know, because they were going, oh yeah, Mbappe, he was great. Mbappe did nothing in that game. He had one point where he got through, clean on goal, no one but the goalkeeper to beat, bent it round the post. For the own goal, okay, a little quick turn and a little injection of pace, and they were acting like he'd, like flick the ball over and span this way and then span that way, and then took on all four defenders and they crossed the ball in that. It was just a bit of pace and a cross. France were really disappointing. Austria gave it a go as well, and I wouldn't have begrudged them a draw. I think they would have deserved it. Mbappe went off as well at one point. His head collided with one of the Austrian defenders' shoulders, and I think it looks like he's broke his nose. It was all bloody and swollen and that, and I mean, we'll have to see whether he can carry on with the rest of the tournament. I can imagine he'll just wear a mask and carry on playing, because he's not going to stop playing. But yeah, I don't think France were at the races, and I don't think they were very good. They created a few chances, but they just didn't bury any of them. And then it was like celebrating like they'd beat Austria 4-0, and they just hadn't. It just weren't like that. The referee was poor as well. the amount of things he was just throwing yellow cards at people at one point for things that weren't even fouls. I think at one point, one of the Austrian players, he got round the French player, tackled the ball, and then took him out. Free kick, yellow card. It's like, but he won the ball. It weren't like he didn't go through the man. He went round and like that, clicked the ball, and then played the player, and he was like, "No, that's a free kick, yellow card." It was just really stupid. The ref just seemed like he was trying to be centre of attention, and he was awful. I mean, and I don't think France were very good, to be fair. I think Austria deserved a point. Unfortunately, they didn't get it, and France won. But that's just the way football is sometimes. If we slide down, Group E looks like this. We have Romania top with 3 points, Slovakia behind them with 3, Belgium and Ukraine with no points. It's going to be a tough ask for Belgium because who have they got next? They've got Romania, and Romania were really good. Even if Romania get a draw out of them, and then say Slovakia beat Ukraine, it's going to be... They're gone. They have to beat Romania. They can't deal with a draw. They have to, or even a loss, they have to win. I mean, Ukraine could beat Slovakia, to be fair. And we could have 2 teams on 3, 1 on 4, 1 on 1, and they could maybe make a push in the last game against Ukraine, but it's going to be a very tough ask for them. We haven't really got Group F, it's the other group. Group D, France have got 3 points, Holland 3 points, Poland and Austria no points. Austria have Poland next, which is a must-win for both of those sides, and Holland and France, it's a must-win for both of those sides as well, because if one of these creep up, they could easily knock and win the game they play against each other. They could easily take over and maybe just pick second place. But then obviously, if France or Holland win that game, they're through basically. So it's going to be a fun second match day in that group. But yeah, and that was match day 4 of the Euros. Some very fun games. Romania just dominated. Slovakia and Belgium, it was end to end. It was Belgium trying to get that goal, and had 2 disallowed goals through VAR. Obviously, Lukaku ain't going to be happy about that either, is he? But yeah, a lot of fun. Austria coming this close to escaping with a draw from France, but they're going to have to go into their next game, and they're going to have to really put their best foot forward because they've got to win. It's a must win for both Austria and Poland, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that lovely stuff. And I shall catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night, and I shall see you later. Bye bye.